You're now listening to the Pitchside Peregrines Podcast, your home for all things Athletic Club Boise.
All right, everybody. Before we get into today's episode, quick shout out to KJO Insurance, the first sponsor of the Pitchside Peregrines podcast. Look, insurance premiums suck, but your coverage doesn't have to. They know Idaho and the Pacific Northwest, and they'll actually find you a deal that makes sense. DM them on Instagram at KJO Insurance with Pitchside, or call 208-883-4800 and tell them Kyle and Elias sent you. All right, let's talk some AC Boise.
Welcome in, everyone, to the second episode of this week. With the busy schedule in May, we are double dipping on a post-game wrap-up / a pre-game look into Monterey Bay FC's clash against Athletic Club Boise on Saturday for the USL Cup game. But first, before we jump into that game, did want to just give my big thoughts for Wednesday's game against FC Naples. Let me pull it up here. If you weren't there or didn't see the result, it was a 2-0 victory for AC Boise. We won, which 3 points captured, but I wouldn't say it was the prettiest goals. Both goals were scored. One was an own goal by FC Naples, and Tomas Among had a tap-in, a beautiful assist by Jonathan Ricketts. Naples definitely looked like a team who just played 90 minutes 2 days before this match, as they were in Spokane on Sunday. Reached out to the Forza Naples pod and kind of got their thoughts, and they also agreed that it just seemed like the team wasn't fully there and was just kind of holding on for dear life. As I mentioned in the pregame episode, getting an early goal and having this team chase their tails the whole game will help, and obviously, Tomas Among scored in the 8th minute, which gave us the lead and gave us the ability to take our chances, but also sit back and protect the lead. As you can see in kind of the total shots, FC Naples had far more shots on goal, be it they were chasing the lead. If you look at XG, Boise only should have scored one goal based on XG. Given the chances that Naples had as well, 0.72. That maybe is just Johansson created this goal in the 81st minute. I think he is well deserving of a start and of a opportunity to see what he can do in the striker role versus Tomas Among or Luan Brito. I think every time he's come on as a super sub in the 70th minute or so, or 80th in this game, he's made the most out of it, created chances, and hasn't been able to finish any of them previously. This doesn't go down as his goal, but he fully created this chance for the team by working the ball, getting to the byline, crossing it in, and conveniently Rose tapped it in behind his own goalkeeper. I was surprised on how strong of a side we suited up for this match. I'm really interested to see for what tomorrow's game looks like, if everyone's going to be playing or if there will be some squad rotation. We did not have Tumi Moshaban in the lineup today, and we had Blake Bodley kind of in a central midfield, filling in for what Tumi used to play, and had Ricketts and Nick Moon on the wings for the left and right wing back. 3 points are 3 points, and we're happy about that. But there wasn't maybe any large defining moment or massive takeaways. As you can see by SofaScore, they thought most people did a great job. Couldn't agree more with how Philip Mayaka did an amazing job facilitating the midfield, being that defensive menace, and has really kind of found his role. Really interested. The only maybe downside from this game is near the end of the game, Jake Dengler did seem to be holding his shoulder, upper body pretty heavily after an aerial duel. So just interested to see if that is something, or if it was just a funky feel, a stinger of some type. Don't want to speculate or anything. If he isn't suited up for tomorrow's match, we'll maybe get some more information and at least a tell as to if this is just a light knock, or maybe something more serious to be worried about. Overall, can't complain with the result. We are 3-0-1 at home, wins against Naples, um, the Chattanooga Red Wolves, and Westchester, and then a draw against Spokane. So we hope to continue this amazing home form tomorrow against Monterey Bay, who we are tied with currently in the group play of the USL Open Cup. They are not the best team when it comes to their current form in the championship. They have 2 points the entire season through 9 games. That is overall, I want to say, second worst in the entire championship, because the championship is a Western Conference and an Eastern Conference. They did recently fire their head coach, come, I want to say, late April. So they have hired their new coach in Alex Covello. They've played 2 games under him, and unfortunately, both matches have been losses to Lexington and to FC Tulsa, which are middle to bottom end teams in the league. So really interested to see what kind of squad they roll out. We reached out to our friends at the Union Report, who are the local media outlet for Monterey Bay, to get their thoughts on formation changes, just since to see if their lot has changed. And they said that there is too much change to talk about or to make sense of. Also, they've only had 2 matches under their belts with this new coach, and both games came in a 5-day span. So the one upper hand that Monterey Bay has against Athletic Club Boise is that they have not played a game since the 8th of May, and the game tomorrow is taking place on the 16th of May. So they have had 8 days of full rest, a lot of time to download the new manager, head coach, whatever you want to call him, his system, understand what he's desiring out of these players and what they want to put out for product on the pitch. That scares me, coming that AC Boise is coming off of a game 2 days ago on Wednesday night, that they have 2 full days rest and then the game on Saturday. So we will hopefully come out with healthy enough legs and enough energy to tackle this team and try and crack the nut that is a bottom end USL championship team, similar to what we did against Las Vegas. But who knows? Obviously, the only other time this team has played on a short rest was extreme circumstances of, yes, we played Saturday and then Wednesday, but we had to travel to Charlotte, and that is a 10-plus-hour flight path that is away from home. The conditions for that game were super rainy and nasty, and just the boys did not have the greatest game. To put it, it was probably the worst performance the team has put in this season. So hopefully, with not having to travel, being home, and coming off a relatively light game against FC Naples, that this team can show up and perform against the USL Championship side Monterey Bay. As we've talked about in previous episodes about how this USL Cup works, the top team from every group will qualify, and then the highest scoring in points team from the all groups, only one team will make it out. So there's 7 groups, so 7 teams plus the one team out of all 7 groups that is the highest rated will make it to the Elite 8 bracket style play. If Athletic Club Boise wants a chance at winning the group, let alone trying to put their hat in the ring to be the second best team, the best second place team in all the groups, they're going to need 3 points out of this match, with their remaining matches being against Monterey Bay, Spokane, and then Sacramento Republic. I would say we need 8 points to put our hats in a comfortable place. Obviously, we play Spokane away and Sacramento at home. If we can beat Sacramento Republic at home in regulation, that gives us a dramatic uptick in ability to win this group. But the Sacramento Republic are also the best team currently in the Western Conference for. Sorry, no, they're not. They're the fifth best team. A lot has changed. They do have 2 games in hand compared to San Antonio and Orange County, but still a very strong side, a side that took Spokane to the cleaners in their match. Let's see, I forget. Yeah, 4-0 defeat uh, to Sacramento. So if that puts into perspective, Spokane is this top end team in USL One. They got throttled 4-0 against Sacramento. All that to be said, we're focusing on Monterey Bay today, and we did reach out to the Union Report to get some players to look at, as this team hasn't performed very well. Not many team or names scream off the page as we need to really look after him, or he's the one who scores all their goals because they don't really score many goals, and they don't really have amazing performances. But one player is Luka Malasevich. He's Montenegrin. Hopefully, I said that right. I'm not up to date on my names from Montenegro and how they are pronounced. But he is a defender, center back for the team, right back for the team. Seems to be someone who kind of progresses the ball well up and down the pitch. Very much maybe meets a Jake Crawl type build. As you can see here in this attribute overview, Luca is the green line, Jacob is the blue line, and they pretty much, besides technical ability, which who knows what that is, fall pretty well into the same mold. A defensive minded, but has some ability to carry the ball forward and to launch crosses or have some passing ability as well. So, someone for the right side of the pitch, be it Jonathan Ricketts or whoever ends up being the right center back and playing off the right wing. For Athletic Club Boise, will have their hands full with Luca, both defensively and offensively, of trying to crack the 5'11 Montenegrin. His experience, he's played a lot of leagues or years in Montenegro, in the Montenegrin First League. He did have a season in the championship where he played 18 games and 1 goal and 1 assist. But that was back in 2022. So far, a 6.68, like nothing screaming, but also I think the top team in Monterey Bay is not anywhere. 679 is your top player for the team. So we're not expecting high SOFA scores to be a top end player. Next player the Union Report said we should keep our eyes out for is Omari Glasgow. He is not Scottish. He is from Guyana, which is a South American. He is a forward for the team, 5'9", so not the tallest player. Looking at the SOFA attributes, he lines up pretty well with a Tumi Moshaban figure. Again, pretty much the same everywhere besides Omari has a little bit more tactical rating. Again, who knows what that means, but at least giving you all an understanding of the player he is in terms of Athletic Club Boise players. Omari does have experience playing in the MLS next with the Chicago Fire, both in 2024 and 2025. He then was on loan to a championship side for 2025 and is currently playing this season. Has played 8 games, 624 minutes, has 2 assists in championship play and 1 assist in their USL Cup game against the Oakland Roots. Omari, so far this season, is playing everywhere. Plays all over the pitch. He started in 7 games, made 8 appearances. Again, no goals, but does have assists and at least has performed in that. Think of this player again as someone who is that midfield to me, create, find the open space, and try and make something happen. Finally, we have maybe the a player who has the biggest name in his parent club is the Aloni Chris Kevins Naji. Let's say he's from the Ivory Coast or Cote d'Ivoire. He is coming to Monterey Bay from Dutch side Feyenoord, which, if you know anything about international soccer, they are one of the best teams in the Dutch league. He has played 3 games, 90 total minutes in Champions League group play back in 24-25. He then was loaned to a different Dutch team to play with them. Did not play much, 7 matches, 230 minutes. He in 4 matches with Monterey Bay, he's already played more minutes than he has last season entirely. Chris Kevin is maybe not the most refined player, but to be coming from such a large team name shows that at least at one point Feyenoord did have the hope that he could turn into something. He was purchased for 500,000 euros, which is no small feat and is far more than really any sale from a USL player could be. So to have this caliber of player on a USL championship roster at least speaks to the potential that this player can provide to a side that needs help. He primarily plays off the left side. Again, hasn't played much. He's only started 2 games and made 3 appearances due to, I think, some visa issues, I want to say, getting over here. Um, but to have this caliber of player will be interesting to see how the new manager uses him, and maybe more than the previous manager who did not have a great start to his time at Athletic or at Monterey Bay. So with that, that is maybe the players to watch. We're not going to dive into, I guess, players who have left the team just because we're not playing this team ever again this season. So Monterey Bay, really interested to see what kind of roster or lineup they play for Saturday's match. The Union Report gave us three names, but who knows who they bring out. They do have, they do have our game on the 16th. Then they have a week before they play the Birmingham Legion. So it's not like they're going to be playing quickly back to back matches. So we could see Monterey Bay field a very strong, or their strongest in quotation marks, side for this weekend match in the USL Cup play. After this quick break from our sponsor, we will dive into match predictions and maybe an idea of who I think the starting lineups will be. Real talk. You're already paying for insurance. Question is, are you overpaying? KJO Insurance covers Idaho and the Pacific Northwest, and they'll shop around to get you the best coverage for less. As you can see on their website, they have plenty of options for coverage. So please DM at KJO Insurance on Instagram with keyword pitchside, or call 208 833 4800 and tell them Elias and Kyle sent you. Now back to today's episode. All right, welcome back from the ad break. We really appreciate KJO for their consistent sponsorship and support of the pod. Looking at this game against Monterey Bay FC, really interested to see what Nate Miller does with the side. I think no striker to me has really screamed that it's their starting job. And I think it's about time that a Joe Hansen or an Omar get a start for the team. I'm not a huge fan of Tomas Among's result, or at least play in the last game. Yes, he did score, but at times I feel as though he gets a little lost on the pitch and fouls hard, gets yellow cards, and then tries to bait fouls a lot and doesn't, at least in this game, didn't get any or many at all. So with that, I would say Johansson slots in at the striker position for this match. Given his ability that he showed in just 20 minutes of play on Saturday, or on Wednesday, excuse me, I think he's due to show some promise there. I did forget to mention at the top of the episode that Jackson Stevens did make his professional debut, our one amateur player, academy player, whatever you want to call it, did come in for a brief cameo for about 4 minutes, subbing in for Dennis on Wednesday's match. So congratulations to him for starting his professional career and playing for his hometown team. He did go to Bishop Kelly High School, so congrats to him. I don't think we'll do any. I guess we could see a goalie switch, put in Jared Mazzola, but Jonathan Klewer has done amazing, and I don't see why we would need to be playing two goalies, a cup goalie versus a starting goalie. But if someone were to come in, Jared does have plenty of League Cup, USL Cup, US Open Cup experience for his time at Sacramento. As for the back line, again, I think the biggest question mark is going to be Jake Dengler. If there is any injury there, hope not, but we'll see. If for some reason something is, you'd probably see a Musa Ricketts Krull back line. We could maybe see Hayden Sargis get some minutes. We could maybe see Benny and Yao, who has not made the bench once this season, at least make the bench and be a defensive sub option for the club. I could see Keegan Euler also slotting in for either, filling in for if there is a scramble in the back line to start at a wingback role. If, again, Toomey is unavailable and Blake Bodley does need to play in this maybe attacking midfield role. A lot could change given the quickness between matches and also potential knocks that happen in a season. So interested to see what takes place there. I will say that Nate Miller got another yellow card, I believe, in this match. So I don't know at what point it becomes a touchline ban, but he is definitely collecting them faster than maybe other coaches do. But I do like that fire from a head coach to give the fourth official his thoughts, whether it's a bad call or just defending his team and kind of showing the team that he cares for them more than just being their head coach, but wants to fight for them and show that he is putting in that effort for them. So with that, score predictions, Kyle, with him being a new dad to his new second daughter, has not given me his prediction for this quick one, so we will have to post that later on. But at least for me, I see Boise getting the victory, given a home match and given the lack of form that Monterey Bay has shown us this season in the championship. I see a comfortable 2-0 victory. With Blake Bodley being the first goal scorer, I think Blake is due for a goal given his results. I think getting that goal at home would be an amazing story. An amazing feeling to get his first USL 1 goal in front of his hometown club. With that, we will be posting Kyle's score predictions on the Instagram with our match day graphic. So keep an eye out for that to see where Kyle is thinking. As for that ongoing battle between Kyle and I, he did get the upper hand in the last match, as I predicted a draw with FC Naples, while Kyle predicted a victory. We both did not get the first goal scorer, but Jonathan Ricketts did get the primary assist on Tomas Among's goal. So I will at least pocket the feel good, as close as you can get to scoring without scoring. Pity point in my brain. So with that, it's me. I'm signing off for this episode. Really do apologize for the lateness of this, just given the short week and some personal things got behind on recording, but really looking forward to this match on Saturday evening in downtown Garden City. And with that, we are signing off for this pregame, postgame combo, and we will see you all later. That's all for today's episode. If you enjoy the show, make sure to like, comment, share with a friend, and make sure you're following the show wherever you listen. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube for all updates and future content to come. If you want to help support the pod and get access to exclusive content, early episodes, and bonus perks, head over and check out our Patreon. It truly helps us keep this thing growing. Thanks again for listening. Thanks for being part of the community, and we'll catch you in the next one.